Hello my lovelies, and welcome to Thursday's Journal Thursday. I'm excited. I've been working in my round the world journal. Woo! It's coming along. My signatures are together and I've done some work in it off camera. Because there's so many elements to this that I couldn't do every single thing with you guys. I've had to do a bit off camera. And I thought today I was very inspired by Joie this week. Well, I always am inspired by Joie. She has some fabulous ideas. But she was showing how, you know, putting dabs of colour, elements of paint onto your pages, into your journals, just to give them another look. And I thought, yeah, do you know what? I don't use my paints enough. And in fact, these, I've got some Arteza. These are the metallics. David bought me that set for Christmas and I haven't used them. It's about time I did. This is a really old palette, just a cheapish one. It wasn't too expensive. I'm going to see who this is. Reeves. And dare I say, I bought it in 2008 when I went to college, when I did design and embroidery. And look at it. It's like a dried up old fossil. It hasn't been touched for years. So I thought about it, and excuse me, what I'm trying to show with this Around the World journal and the different printables from Tracie is how you can put completely different, like in this case, completely different countries, different styles, and how you can pull it all together to make a journal as a whole. And we've already started that with the fabric flips that I did on this one of the sew-ins. And today I thought that messing about with a bit of paint would be another great way. There's no planning really, there's no rhyme or reason. I've got some scraps. I've just been having a play. I'm not an artist by any means, let me tell you. I'm not thinking about where I daub the paint. I've got some scraps of music here. I found this in my stash, half finished. It's like a pocket page. So as we said, music is the universal language. So I've got some scraps of music. I've got some order forms out my stash. Some bits of craft card, bits of labels, a couple of glassine bags, so things that we can paint on and then use to pull this Round the World journal together in some way. So let's get cracking. Now this, I've only just done this, it's not quite dry, and I thought, well, you could have that as a flip. But then it came to me that the other thing that you can do, because I love to put, if I'm holding down, let me move these out of the way. So we've got this on a page. This is the hinge. Okay, and now you do know that I like to put a punched circle as a tie. So basically, it's not quite dry, but it will be good enough to show you what I mean. Now it's gonna, that's it, it's jammed up. I think there's a bit round there that's getting a bit ready for sharpening. So look, we've done a bit of paint on that, and then we've got the rounds that we can use in all four signatures because it's music and it's just bringing a bit of colour. So even if you just paint some scraps and chop out a few rounds, we'll add that to our stash. So we'll have a play. I've got my water brush, and this, I've had this a long while, and this one is actually the Tombow water brush. There is a water brush that comes with the set from Arteza. Don't know where I've put that one. Don't know where I've put it at the minute, but this one I thought we'd use. I've got some craft paper down here. Now, our friend, she's very much got blue theme in it in the kit that Tracie's done. So the other thing is, I thought, if we use colours, you probably can't see the metallic on this, but it's gorgeous. If we use colours that are in the kits as well, that's another way of pulling together the themes. Don't know why I'm just deciding to go down there with that. Everybody's going past the door now. Outside, school holidays, the kids have been a nuisance already. So, hope you're all well. That hasn't got much of a colour to it, has it? Because it's white. You don't even have to do the whole of each paper you're choosing. There doesn't have to be any particular thing that you do with it. The other thing is that just leave that there. The other thing is, let's do something that, right, I've got a tag here, and we could just, you can do some stamping on top of this. Now, I haven't got my stamps out yet today, my big stamps. I've got a lovely Japanese lady that I used when I did, oh, that's not very clean. That I did when I did my very first Japanese journal with Tracie's kit. And what I thought also is, so I love it when you see it on Pinterest where they do a daub of colour, don't they? Just a daub of colour and then the print on top or stamp on top with an image. Or they draw, you know, poppies seem to be, the seed heads seem to be very popular, and I always think it looks fabulous, but I never do it. So we might. This is my first set of Arteza paints, and I know a lot of the big craft tubers, they often do paid promotions using Arteza. And I do have to say, I thought, oh, well, you know, what is it about them? I do have to say that the quality is fabulous, and you might not see it on camera, but the iridescent in this, I mean, I think I need some nice plain ones next. Some of the, drop of water to that. Some of the plain, not the Arteza plains, watercolour will be my next choice, I think. So, this is a really pretty pink. Right, that's that one. Now, let's have a look. I think we will do this round one in a nice blue for the French. It's blue I've not used yet. I can't help it, I have to use these metallics. I'm drawn to a bit of shimmer here. Bit of shimmer. Right, okay. Oh, look at that. I think there's something on here, look. Well, I like that look. I think there's something waterproof on this. There's a bit like a waterproof film over the top of this one. But you know what? I think that adds to the look. Look at it. That gives areas of see-throughness. See-throughness. Translucence, not see-throughness. Right, so that can be our French one. This one, I think we'll do a bit of brown perhaps. So this is the UK one, and it's quite a vintage. The printables are quite vintage looking. Oh, that's a nice dark one. I'm not sure that this paint pen is, perhaps not being an artist, it seems to be showing too many brush strokes. Okay, so that's going to be the UK, and then this one Egypt. Get a bit of sand on the job. Now, as I say, I'm not an artist. By no means am I proficient. Wendy from Wendy's Journaling Adventures is the artist. She does wonderful artwork, and she does put some of that in her journals. But yeah, it's the same as how I do my journals. I don't do precise, so if I can have a good splosh about like this, it suits me. Oh, this is gorgeous. The colour on here is absolutely... There we go. I'm going to colour it just a bit lighter at the top with that one. There we go. So that's those four. It actually impressed how quickly it dries. Right, I'm just going to look at my small. These are small stamps, and I'm thinking... So, I've just got some of my little random stamps. Stop scratching, Nelson. Oh, do you know this heat's making him scratching all the time, aren't you? Yeah, I'm going to see how this goes. So it's script. You can't tell what language it's in, so I actually think that will make it... I'll get blue all up my nails now, look. This is Ranger Archival ink, Cornflower Blue, and count to 10 when you're doing any stamping. That's a good number to count to so that the paper can take hold of the ink. Now then, it's not as clear as I thought it would be. Probably not quite dry enough, but I like that. That's given that a bit of another look. Right, let's stamp that off now. I don't want to dirty me. Can't stand mucky stamps, drives me mad. Right, we've got the Archival Red Geranium now. Oh, I like that one. I'm loving that one. So, I might have another go with the blue. I'll put a lid on because I'm messy. Right, here we go, guys. Yes, love it. And we can do a bit of stamping on there. That's that. Right, let's try the blue again then. Let's give that another go. It might just be it wasn't quite dry enough. Ooh, I'm having fun. You forget how fun it is to do messy play. This is blue, so it shouldn't be that there isn't much juice to it because it's new. Hardly used it. Right, are we ready? Oh yeah, that's better. And actually, you know, sometimes with the stamping you have to do some layers, don't you? So it may be that we just do a bit of a touch to pull those colours together. There we go. Like that. Okay then. So let's have a look what else we can colour. So now I've started this, I want to do some more on there. Let's see what. Bit blendy. Surprising how that stamp shows through, isn't it? I'm quite surprised at that. I didn't think it would. But because it's archival ink, you see, it's not smudging it, so that's great. So it doesn't have to be, you don't have to think about your colour wheel and all that stuff. Well, you can, but you know, you may well just want to have a play, because sometimes having a play gives you the best results. Okay, then that's that all mixed in. Now, I'm going to do some more black stamping on that in a bit, because I think we'll use that as the Japanese. So, I've never actually painted on a glassine bag. And I think, right, let's try this. Is this black? We'll see if this works for Japan. A lot of black, if it's iridescent. There's a lot of black writing in the kit that Tracie's done, so it would be nice to sort of, you know, look at those elements. The thing is as well that you could write, you know, you could actually do some of your own writing. I'm not very quick, am I? Let's do a bit to see how that settles. Right, let's, well, that's wet through. What other stamp have I got in here? that might look, that's good. That's quite universal, isn't it? And that, let's have a look then. Now, I'm not going to use a black stamp. I'm going to paint over this. Let's see if this works. It'd probably be easier to stamp it, but let's see if this works. Worth a try, isn't it? Worth a try. If it works out, we've got another. Let's just try it there. Oh, I like that. Wow. Right, okay. I have to say I'm loving these Arteza colours. The quality of the paint is impressive, I have to say. To me anyway. To my untrained eye it is. Right, let's see if that will stamp. Oh yes, look at that. Now whether it stays like that remains to be seen, but we'll see. Oh look, I love it. Right, I'm just going to do a row of those and then I can use that in my Japanese journal. I know it's longer than if you just use your inks. I don't suppose it's archival, but you know, you're not going to wash it, are you? It's not like you're painting on a t-shirt. Right, here goes. Stamp number 2. Too much on that, but doesn't matter. And again there. So I added a lot more water to it, and that, I think, in a way, depends what look you want, but I like that. I think that will go nice. Let's see. Okay. So I'll just do a bit more on here. Just cover that up. Not sure I do want it up there. I love black on stuff, so you know, I think it looks quite classic. Let's see if it'll stamp in it while it's wet. It's a bit like a relief image, that. We'll leave that. See how, yeah. Okay. Right, now then. Get one of these. We haven't done any stamping on this or anything, painting on this, have we? So, ooh, going to bring in my red geranium again. Look at that, I love it. I can see a lot more paint play in the future. This is fun. Oops. Right, so that's those two. Okay then, so I'm doing some colouring and stamping with the paint on again there. I was talking to myself. I was filming away. I was filming and talking to myself, which, you know, dare I say that, I do that a lot with David and Nelson. Oh dear. I think they must get to a point where they switch off. Let's put a little bit up there. Okay, and I've got this bit of a gold colour that I've put on. I don't know if you can see it round the edge. That's what I was doing when it stopped. And let's have a look now what else we could do. What other stamp have I got? I've got a peace stamp, I'm sure I have, somewhere. That's it. Right, let me...
Wow.
What is it?
Something very rare.
Red arrows?
No. Oh, it's a military plane of some description anyway. It's a test plane.
A test plane? Can you hear all this, guys? David's excited. He spotted something through the window.
Like a passenger plane that's all got military stuff all over it.
Right, let me stamp that. See, because we're on second floor now. We're that much nearer seeing things go past.
We can look in the cockpit and wave to us.
Did you get that? Did you hear him? And peaceful there. Okay. And then when that's dry, I fancy, you know, I may well put something floral up there. Okay then, guys, I think I'm making a right mess of that. I'm not a tidy, messy player, am I? Not tidy at all. So there we go. Thank you for joining me. So for those of you that are crafting along with me and you are doing a round the world journal as well, let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you're going to have a go with this, just to bring some of the elements together with some of your scrap envelopes, your tags that you've got lying around. And, you know, you can mix and match paints, inks, stamps, and have a play. Anything goes. I did this as well. So I did paint on the squirrely, and you know what I will do with that is I'll just tear that down a little bit, and that will be a side tuck for my Egyptian signatures. Okay then, my lovelies, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next video. Bye for now.